Hi, I'm Angela, also known as the Raspberry Thief. I'm a nature journaler, artist and educator here in Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. And the following diary is the inspiration for my nature journal. So I keep a nature journal, I've been doing that for 10 years, and the following diary was from 2023. This is my studio journal. It's a concertina and I've been keeping this for several years. So the following diary shows you the things I put in to this studio journal for October and November of that year, and I've also made cards out of those. So this is the October one, and there'll also be one for November as well. So I just thought I'd pop in before the diary started and just said hello, just to say hello and welcome. Please subscribe and like, and you can find me all over the internet as @RaspberryThief. I'm on Instagram, here on YouTube. I'm also on Substack, and if you want to learn about nature journaling, you can as well as see these older diaries. I also produce a current diary over on Patreon and Substack. But all that information will be in the description below. So I hope you enjoy the diaries, and if you haven't already, you can see some of the past ones from this year too. So enjoy, thank you. Diary of a Nature Journaler, October to November 2023. After a stormy end to September, we started October with some warm weather, and I took a return visit to Brady Bridge with my friend Amy. I love this liminal place, a place that's noisy with the industrialisation of trains, but also quiet and a haven for wildlife and corridors of wildlife. So we're still not sure what's happening with this bridge. This is a 200-year-old bridge that's on the Leeds to Selby railway line. This is a bridge that's just a bit further up, and you can see how beautifully carved it is. So I've been doing lots of work behind the scenes on this bridge, and I'll share that in the future. I've been documenting the plants and the flowers that are there, and I brought some home with me, and I'm really glad I did, because after a recent visit, the whole bridge has been trimmed and none of the vegetation is left anymore. But on this trip, Amy and I went into a local woodland that's not far from the bridge and found this plant, a mystery plant that I wasn't sure that I knew what it was, and it turned out to be alder buckthorn. Now this is like the holy grail of green ink, so I had to have a go at making some green ink with these berries. We also came across some mushrooms that I was almost certain were ink caps, and after some research found they were glistening ink caps. And so I had a go at making some ink with those as well. So you literally just put the ink caps in a jar and they liquefy to create ink. Quite smelly, but really satisfying to do. So we had another period of stormy weather with Storm Babette, lots of wind and rain and things flying around, and with the rain brings treasures. I spotted my first hazel catkins, they're already set on the trees, and ivy absolutely full of insects and flowers. This is the last that we'll see of this till next year, and back to beautiful blue skies. So one of the treasures that was brought to my roo, I ended up sticking quite close to home with these amazing fly agaric mushrooms and collared earth stars that I've never seen before. So I have to be thankful for the rain for bringing me these amazing fungi to watch. And by the end of October, it finally started to feel like real autumn, and we started to see some colour. Here's some fireweed and these beautiful leaves of a wild rose. I added these to my nature journal. I also added them to a new perpetual journal that I've begun that'll go from Samhain to Samhain, and I'll talk about that again in the future. The beach were the first trees to show us some beautiful colour. I love the way the light shines through the leaves. And we were hit by another storm, Storm Kieran. So because of this unsettled weather, I really didn't go very far with Merlin, and we tend to stick to the same route, and that really turned out to be a treasure because I kept seeing these little fly agaric pop up, and I was able to watch the decay of the collared earth stars. So I love watching this little tiny fly agaric change over the course of a few days, and watch these earth stars get wet and slowly dissolve in the weather. I was amazed how quickly these little fly agaric popped up and then how quickly they disappeared. This little one never reached its full potential and began to kind of dissolve before it reached that kind of full umbrella stage. I wonder if that was due to the weather. So we took full advantage of the settled weather in between these storms and took a ride to Temple Newsham, a local country estate, where I went to draw an ancient black mulberry for my ancient tree compass project, and this is something I'll speak about another time. So we took a walk in the woods and we saw some beautiful fungi everywhere, this beautiful glowing orange fungi. And I also wanted to check up on what I call my Dennis pixie cup lichen. This is a lichen that was shown to be by a local friend who unfortunately passed away. He was in his 80s and just loved nature. So I was really happy to see that it's still there, and I added that to my nature journal. So we carried on having these sort of storms, Storm Debbie, unsettled weather and then calm weather. But I did manage to get my hankering for cosy painting sessions with a candle and a pot of tea. So I've been painting lots of fly agaric this October and November, which has just felt lovely. And then some real wintry weather has come to visit us. I absolutely love it. Our first frost, really quite thick hoarfrosts, absolutely stunning, and beautiful blue skies. I just love how these oak trees are glowing against the blue sky. It's just absolutely magical, and the light this time of year, I just can't get enough of it. So we made sure we got out as much as possible before the next storm hit us. So I hope you're having a wonderful end to the year and taking some time to get outside and maybe recording some of that in your nature journals. I'll see you next month.